Here, in those times, the minority made a very profound statement. Now watch this. What is the video now already here? Magara for you now and see the minority addressed this issue and what is happening now.
Where the president, the finance minister, the minister of railway, Honorable Joe Gatti, and co. In fact, the first time we heard it was when they issued a statement, Accra to get a Sky Train soon, and they called a huge amount of money, even before Parliament was aware. When they returned to Ghana, they started adding the pieces together, and it turns out that government of Ghana encouraged an investor from South Africa to set up an SPV, special purpose vehicle, in Mauritius. And before the company actually even starts to do feasibility study, someone in government decided to pay $2 million to this entity. Then this year, January this year, the former Minister for Railway, Honorable Joe Gatti, one of the people vying to be flag bearer in NPP, gave an interview, and where he suggested that he never said that the Sky Train project was going to be funded by government. I'm not sure whether he's reading what he himself has written. If government was not the one funding the Sky Train, what was the $2 million meant for? But the important question is this. When you have a situation where the minister then says in 2023 now that he always believed that before the project takes off, there should be a cabinet approval, there should be a parliamentary approval, PPA approval. Since none of these things were approved, in fact, the Auditor General report suggested that the company did not even have the necessary license to operate the system they wanted to operate. So the question is, what was the reason for government to act in a way to give out $2 million? Who actually took the decision to pay this entity in Mauritius? Was Dr. Baumia, the chairman of the economic management team, they call him the strategist now, aware that without any recourse to public financial management and the Public Procurement Act, it was wrong for any government entity to pay that kind of amount? So who authorized the payment of the $2 million in terms of the so-called feasibility? And which normal decision maker pays out $2 million for a feasibility study before, as they put it, the project will determine whether the project is bankable? These things only happen when it's an organized crime, when people are careless, clueless, and reckless about public expenditure because they don't care. It only happens when there's organized crime. So I think the minimum the Auditor General should be asking for is a refund of the $2 million. In fact, I've made this call in the past that this is not an ambiguous situation. As of the time the $2 million was paid, there was no valid contract between Ghana and any entity. That SPV is a foreign entity as we speak. There's no evidence that any, feasibility study have been done, given to government and approved. So what was the $2 million for? The minimum. That $2 million can pay some of the school feeding contractors, some of the suppliers to buffer stock, some of the...
So, where you're Abuja, now the minister in charge of roads and highways. Saturday now our opposition, and I am minority. He made this very profound press conference to the good people of Ghana, indicating what is going on and what has gone on under His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led administration. Now, as I Bokadi Nani say what say with the $2 million, I could invest in a certain project called Sky Train. I'm going through parliamentary approval. I'm going through any cabinet approval. I'm going through any PPA approval. You see, the Public Procurement Act is a very serious business. So one tear send us a semi-prayers. What you want? You might think that, look, somebody is trying to brainwash you or whatever. But in reality, they say, Say ye peswa. Ye sidi any ye peswa. Eko kwadi obi honomo. Say ode kwa ye adwuma. Na ne pakwani wie na so mebua konta fa nkyere yen say yen Ghana for yen ye dis out 2 minutes nsa te say no hene sam ye na ye wie na say kwa kofre di pakwani say wa mebua konta ba yen fro say bra mebua konta na say wo problem with it then you can go to hell. Say wa ka say wa mebua konta wo for a comprehensive report afa ma na Ghana for fro say brother mebua konta na say wo so won ti ase a eno abehyepo. Because Ghanaians demands accountability. Sandra no, now a NPP, and now now the minister in charge of roads and highways. Now the ranking member Edema Roads and Highways, the committee in Parliament. So no, that to me and Becky Sunday we are now the boys in the courts to start investigating these whole projects. So the Ghanaians will have value for money. Man go quiet say, because a NPP and today, a NPP for that is why I said it from the very beginning. Said, yeah, NPP be who na say, of who say, Okasa, and the Tiana, of you say, what they want you more ha. It's yes, say, what we are seeing now, you swear the NPP for, but listen to me. Say, Sanetia. Now, we will have only the NPP ruling Ghana forever. But it will never happen. What will Kwanya Ghana for before Ghana for fast the 2 months after we? What will Kwanya Ghana for fast at the Pamomo, a BC in the history of our republic? Now, no Friday. Doctor, you are free. You are in the same flight. Edda. Yedi Hey. Tell you the Mopeda Mosake. Yes, there be. And yet, I pay and I sake. But Ghanaians were angry with you because you took a very arrogant posture. Arrogant posture, Bia. Now, say, Titi, Kabi, hey, yet you be a, hey, yet there's a Sifiania Bessa. Near Nima and then someone not Ghana for a common. Now, people before they were not, they knew it, but they decided not to pay attention to it. Omunim, a Hawa. Ghana for Elcom. Obudim, a Hawa Hudwa, not Ghana for Elcom, but a man your margin da. So let's see some Ghana for the can because of Munim say, Anya Crano, Ghana neighbor to about Ediamo because of one way you catch for. One way you MPP for one way you catch for. It's young dear Ghana for Betsy. A Ghana for Betsy is a man, John Ramani Mahama, and in the NDC Becker. Yes. And it's interesting to know, sir, the will of the people is speaking. Ghana for say, hey, Wafa, Prof, Wadaruma, where they need sound, yeah, the 2 million be the bound. So for the Ghana nim, Accra Sky Train Fabre. 2 million at the bound, you have found master some impressed of a cotton chip here. Yes, say, for the Ghana nim, na fire investment, papa, na esum run for some from a Ghana ni. A query actually, one yo, what may ya contact, and a ye from Sebra, Prof, ye did not have Sibra form. Number one contact from my say, the Ghana Investment, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. Ah, ye this show was now your board chair. Accra Sky Train, and NASA Kokoni Jar, what the $2 million and the Kokoshem. But say you acquire first one, you $2 million and acquire a maybe more. What's all your people in the day? Until you say, Koshepo. Because Ghana belongs to all of us. Ghana is not for the NPP. Ghana is for every single individual our Ghana had a movie. It is a people hold you accountable. If you cannot account for yourself, Ghanaians will hold you accountable. So what can someone be church the one be bua konta Ghana for me force bua konta. Because enye wo ubotom sika dibia bibisa sese ye woni ana wo se eja pade de ma wo ene ye se hwe so na fa kokọ ye dwuma de bia na kese da be ye na na